So welcome everyone. I'm Victoria Haffer. I will be your hostess with the mostest this evening for our first Light Leaders Lounge event. We will be starting with a guided meditation that will include some sound healing. And so I'm going to invite you, if you haven't already, to get comfortable. So I invite you to lay down if you want to. If that works for you, lay down. It's going to be a very powerful receiving guided meditation. So as long as your spine is tall, you can sit, you can stand, you can lay down on your couch or on your bed or wherever you are. Also, I'm inviting you to create a sacred space. If you happen to be in your room and you have a few things that you might be able to bring into your space, maybe some essential oils, turn on your diffuser if you have that, if you have any crystals, if you have a statue, you want to light a candle for the event, I'll give you a moment to do that as well. So for those of you who maybe don't know me, I have been in the liberating, empowering transformation world for over 25 years, working with mostly women and teenagers and young gals. And basically my mission in life is to liberate all people from their suffering, chronic suffering, whether it be chronic pain, worry, anxiety, escapism. And I just really wanted to gift everybody, this sacred space of receiving, especially as women. So far, I only see women on the call, but as women, we tend to have a little bit of an imbalance in our receiving channels. We tend to be givers, and we tend to be giving, all the time. So I'm really excited that you're all taking the time to be on the receiving end. So once again, if you're just joining us, we will be starting the meditation in just a moment. I'm Victoria Haffer, your host for this evening. So we're going to do a 40-minute meditation or so, guided. So please get comfortable, lay down, sit down. The only thing is you want a long spine, so you don't want to be slouching, right? So you want to open up all those energy channels and really allow for a proper energetic flow to occur on the central axis channel, aka the Sushumna. And you are here, you have arrived. So once again, feel free to create sacred space wherever you are. You can create sacred space, and you don't have to have things, but you do if you do happen to have some crystals, or you want to hit your diffuser, turn on the essential oils, or bring a statue into the space, I invite you to do that at this time. And then get comfortable, get cozy. We do tend to our body temperature tends to cool down as we get more relaxed, as we start to shift from the sympathetic nervous system into the parasympathetic, from the go, go, go to the BBB. And speaking of that, before I came on with you today, anytime I'm doing anything in creating and holding space for amazing souls, I always sit in space as well. And I went into my yard and sat with my garden, with the flowers and nature, and with the trees and the bees. Oh my. And the butterflies and the hummingbirds. I was literally right underneath the hummingbird feeder, and a hummingbird came in, saw me, and took off. And it gave me a little chuckle. And I always ask, I don't do a ton of planning when I do events like this. I have a little bit of a guide in place. However, I really just tap into the energy and the souls of all of the beings that will be on the call and as well now. And I ask to be a vessel for you, so that I can give whatever you're willing and able to receive at this time, whether it be energy or love or information. So open mind, open heart. Let's start with a few long, slow, deep breaths. Breath is really the core and the essence of who we are. And so just taking a few long, slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, and gently filling up the lower belly, pausing at the top of the inhale for a few seconds, and then each exhale, just a gentle forcing of the air out of the lungs. Inhale long, slow, and deep, holding the breath at the top of the inhale, kumbhak retention breath. And then a nice, gentle, purposeful exhale, and stretching it out at the end of the exhale, really letting go of any stagnant, stale energy that may sit in the lower lobes of the lungs. And one more time, inhale, long, slow, and deep. A gentle holding at the top of the inhale. Perhaps turning the corners of your mouth up. This is all about you for the next hour and a half. And exhale fully, completely, and deeply. And inviting in your spiritual team. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. You have one, I assure you. And that is it's basically, there are certain beings, guides, and angels that are designated to us pre-incarnation. And they have been with you throughout your lifetime. And then there's certain energies and entities and ascended masters and beings and spirit guides that can pop in and out of our lives during different times, depending on the learnings and the journey that we're on and that what we might need. So all you have to do is call in your spiritual team. That's enough to invite them into your sacred space. So your guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, teachers, perhaps any deities that you might be working with, perhaps loved ones who have crossed over, that you feel their presence often and you know that they're around looking out for you. The elemental kingdom, fairies, the fae, the elvens. And specifically, I like to call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Uriel. And again, any other specific angels, goddesses, or deities that you work with, please feel free. I have a huge team, so I'm not going to say them all. Ganesh, who is the Hindu god of removing obstacles, is with us this evening. Isis is the Egyptian goddess of magic and alchemy. Green Tara is the divine feminine of the Buddha. And so being in this space, in this sacred space, in this receiving space, and then inviting in for you, your how you see the divine God essence, whatever that name is for you, right? It might be a different name, but it's all the same. So the divine mother, divine father energy, mother earth, father sky, as well as the animal kingdom. For those of you, I know many of you on this call are animal lovers like myself. So inviting in, I have a whole arc of spirit animals, power animals that I work with, including dragon, unicorn. So we're calling in the tribes of the dragon tribe and the unicorn herd, and the wolf is coming in. The wolf pack has joined us as well. And the tiger energy. And again, invite in whatever, if you have a specific power animal or team of power animals that you work with, invite them in at this time. And then inviting you to set an intention for your meditation this evening, for your healing this evening. Perhaps something that you'd like to let go of, a limiting belief, a pattern, a behavior, a relationship, and or to make room for space for inviting something in to your essence, to your energy field, to your world. So in order to make space for something new, we really need to clear out any old energies, stagnations, old patterns and wounds to make space for that. So setting your intention. And when you're done with that intention, just imagine, feel, or see yourself handing it over to your higher power, your higher self. That is you, your essence of the divine God, Goddess. That is you who is tapped into every lifetime that you've ever lived, and the ability to tap into all the knowledge and the wisdom that you've gained over lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, known as the Akashic Records. Bringing your awareness back to your breath, noticing the quality of your breath. And notice if you're holding on to any tension in your physical body. We tend to get used to our patterns, and it kind of gets normal to be in that space. So it's like, well, are your shoulders rounded forward? Do you have a forward head? Right? Can you open the chest up a little bit? Even if you're laying down, are your shoulders up by your ears? Can you extend the arms out and turn the palms face up to create that external rotation in the shoulders? Breathe in, breathe out. And then bringing awareness to the base of your tailbone. And imagine, visualize, or see a grounding cord coming out from the base of your spine, going down through the chair or the floor, the bed, whatever you're sitting on, whatever you're comfortable on. And following that grounding cord all the way down to the center of Mother Earth, Gaia, the divine mother of us all. And then imagining a little vacuum at the base of your tailbone, gentle suction occurring there. And allowing for anything that doesn't serve you, anything that is not for your highest and best, to be released down through this grounding cord, going all the way down to the core of the earth for Mother Earth to receive so that she can transmute it into love. So that's going to continue as we move through the guided meditation. Again, that grounding cord coming out from the base of your tailbone, moving through your chair, your bed, your couch, foundation of your home, all the way down to the core of the earth. And allowing for that to just, again, letting go, setting the intention. You don't even have to know what it is, just know that it's ready to be released. And then bring awareness above your 8th chakra, your star chakra, and go way above that, above the clouds, way above the clouds, until you see a bunch of beautiful stars. Beautiful beautiful sparkly stars, and you see one star in particular that you're drawn to. And as you get closer, you notice that your name is on the star. And then this star begins to spurt out the most beautiful diamond shimmery light energy. Universal life force energy begins to pour out of your star and coming through the sky, past the clouds, approaching your crown. Your crown chakra opens up and you invite this diamond light, healing Father Sky energy into your body. And it begins to swirl around your head, crown chakra, third eye between the brow, pineal and pituitary gland, bringing everything into perfect balance. This diamond shimmery light energy continues to move through the brain and the skull and moves down to the throat, down to your throat chakra, your communication center, clearing out, cleaning out, following the energy down to the heart center, that magnificent heart center. And then following the diamond shimmery universal life force energy down the arms, down to the tips of your fingers. This sparkly energy moves down past the throat, the thyroid, down to the heart, into the thymus gland as well. Bringing everything into perfect coherence and balance. And then moving this healing golden diamond light energy past the heart into your power center, your solar plexus. Clean and clear. And then moving the energy down into the torso, connecting into every organ, system, and gland in the body. Your adrenals, your kidneys. Taking a little time, spending a little extra time in the gut area. And just imagine the energy literally moving through your intestines. So many of us have gut issues, and healing so many different autoimmune issues that are connected to emotional stagnation. So just imagine this golden diamond light is just moving through every aspect of your body, gently massaging, wringing out, moving down to the sex organs, into the root chakra, and then down the legs, all the way down to the tips of your cute little toes. So if you can imagine, feel, see, or visualize your grounding cord still going. So as this diamond light starts to break up any stagnation and holdings and tension and blocks, energetic blocks in the body, it's being sucked out. That gentle vacuum at the base of your tailbone is gently sucking that out. So seeing this sparkly energy just brightening you up and commanding that every cell communicate perfectly with every cell in your body, every organ and system in your body. Breathing in, breathing out. And then bring awareness to your heart center. A little door at your heart opens up, and the most beautiful emerald green light begins to pour out all around you, above and below, side and side, next to you, filling up the space between your physical body and your energetic body. So depending on you, average is about 3 feet out for the auric field. It may be closer in and maybe expand it out more. But just imagine this beautiful, sparkly emerald green light filling up that space, and then commanding your spiritual team, requesting that they heal and seal any micro tears that have occurred in your energetic field, your safety bubble, over the last hour, days, weeks, or even years, depending on the last time you did a cleaning and a clearing of your energetic field. And then saying silently to yourself or out loud, everybody is muted, so you guys can definitely say stuff and talk to your guides and release and make toning sounds if you like, that nothing, that you will not allow anything that is not of the highest vibration we know as love, joy, and gratitude to enter into your energy bubble. And so it shall, and so it is. And then finding the outside edges of you. Because you have your physical body that you can touch, and then your energy body extends out wider. So find that space and then expand that out to the size of the room you're in, to the size of the house you're in, to the size of the city or town you're in, to the size of the state you're in, to the size of the country, continent, and entire planet. Reminding yourself that you are a multi-dimensional being who lives in an amazing physical body. You chose to incarnate in this lifetime for big things. I guarantee you, if you are on this call here with us, you are absolutely a light worker. You're absolutely a light leader. You are absolutely a healer. Whether you have stepped into it and owned it as of yet, that is up to you. And maybe this is the day that you wake up to that. So in this space, I'm going to call in Kuan Yin, who is the Buddhist goddess of self-love and compassion. And I know that so many of us who are working so hard out there to shine your light so brightly, and often in your own space, in your darkness, things can be hard. Things can be really, really hard. And sometimes we don't always feel supported. And there's a lot of healing to be done on many levels. Even if you've done a lot of work, there's always more layers. There's always more learnings for us, or you wouldn't be here still. I promise you. So often people will say, well, I thought I had healed that thing. I thought I had worked on that thing, my mother relationship or my father relationship, or that, money thing, or that chronic health thing. And there's layers and there's layers and there's layers. So again, bringing your awareness back to your intention for your healing today. As we call in Kuan Yin, she's such a beautiful entity, energy, inside and out. And she steps into your space, and you just can feel the presence of unconditional love and compassion from her and her tribe. And she steps closer to you and kneels down and takes her hand and places it on your heart center, her hand on your heart, as she begins to beam in the most loving energy, pure love, peace, and joy, as it starts to fill you up. Receive, receive, receive. And so many of us have had so much heartache, whether it be from relationships or loss of loved ones, friends, or pets, where it literally feels like your heart has been literally broken. Kuan Yin is here to heal that for you. Receive, receive, receive. And just feel your worries and your anxiety and your fears and your challenges all just emptying out from the grounding cord. all the way down to the core of Gaia, the divine feminine, our divine mother, taking all of the heartache from us, the old wounds and the traumas, old relationships, past relationships, romantic or friendships that were created great heartache for you. Maybe it's time to let it go and release it so it can be transmuted into a higher vibrational frequency. And then Kuan Yin, lifting her hand up off of your heart, steps back just a little bit. And she sweeps her hands lovingly over your entire body from head to toes. And she steps back away. And then calling on Archangel Michael, Archangel of Protection, the Divine Warrior. And at this time, you may be aware of a person, and it may be somebody who, if somebody comes up to mind that you have maybe some cords coming to or from them, energetic cords. Remember, you can never cut cords of love, so don't worry about that. You can only cut cords of that are of the lower vibrational frequency and emotions. And often you don't even know. So again, just requesting that Archangel Michael take his flaming blue sword and cut any and all cords you have going to and from you, front and back. So just imagine a big sweep. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhale deeply, exhale, front and back. Inhale deeply, exhale, sweep from crown to toes, front and back. And one more time, inhale deeply, cutting and dissolving all cords coming to and from you in this lifetime or past lifetimes, and cut those cords. And then requesting that your spiritual team fill in any of the areas. Typically, the cords tend to be 2nd chakra, 3rd chakra area. However, they can pretty much be anywhere. So, asking your team to fill in any of the areas that were cords were cut from, to fill in that space with divine, almost like a magical massage oil anointing with a gold sparkly shimmery to it, and it's just healing everything any area that cords were cut. And then asking at this time for a message or a download of divine wisdom from your spiritual team around next steps for you. So, whatever that is for you, whatever area of your life that you set the intention around for your healing today, it could be your health, it could be your money situation, it could be a work job, could be love, relationship. So, whatever that is, asking to receive guidance around next steps for you to take, very clear steps, next steps for you to take. And being open. It's really important that when we're in it, in that space of healing, whatever aspect of healing we're working with, that we have an open mind around it. Often when we have already decided that something is the way it is and it can't change, then the universe, as much as they want to support you and show you that miracles do happen, they can't and they won't, because you're not even open to the possibility of something else showing up. So where in your life have you come to a conclusion about something? And are you willing to delete, destroy, and uncreate that across all time, space, and reality, so that you're able to show up in a different way? One of my most favorite, I have a lot of tools and techniques that I share with my clients. However, one that I do every day is I delete, destroy, and uncreate my relationship with everybody and everything in my world, so that I always start at a clean slate. So I delete, destroy, and uncreate my relationship with myself, with food, with money, with my clients, with my beloved, with my beloved pets, Thor, Captain America, and Monticello, every day, my family, so that I'm not bringing the past into the present moment, right? So it's your choice if you want to do that, but typically most people tend to be bringing the past into the present moment and reliving and creating. Remember, you're the queen of your reality, of your queendom. You're absolutely creating the vibrational frequency of everything that's happening in your world. So are you going to choose to do things differently, or are you going to keep doing the same old, expecting a different end result? So finishing up with your spiritual team, if there's any information, you don't have to. If you happen to have a journal close by and you wanted to jot down any notes, feel free to do that. If not, you can just stay in the space of just receiving. And I'm going to finish off with a message from Kuan Yin from the Sophia Code. I don't know if it's backwards for you guys, but it's one of my favorite. It's sacred text, a living transmission from the Sophia Dragon Tribe. Kuan Yin, she of 1,000 waters. When you practice holding yourself with great tenderness, you eventually become whole in your relationship with yourself. You trust yourself. It is from this foundation that Karuna can then initiate you into the greater depths of compassion available to you as a Christed being. Kuan Yin speaks. I am Kuan Yin, and it is with great joy that I reveal myself as key code 6 in the Sophia Dragon Tribe. My God consciousness embodiment title is She of 1,000 Waters. For my transmutation overflows with the light of God, Goddess carried within water. My key code 6 transmission activates the divine qualities within you that are also the holy properties of water. My divine feminine Christ teachings are a spring source of Sophia's fluid wisdom, baptizing your awareness to let go and receive the abundant flow of divine love and compassion that is always available to you. When you invoke me as a spiritual guide, I overlight your human journey with several rays of God's light that mentor your awareness to give and receive self-love and self-compassion. The first is the rose quartz ray of Divine Mother's light. The second ray is the gentle white light that pierces all darkness. And the third is the aquamarine ray of rebirth, courage, and divine service. I broadcast the quantum energy of these rays through the light within water, which carries the ferocity of my compassion as a gentle mist that soothes your body, heart, and mind. In your human journey of self-mastery, there is so much to let go of. When you feel drawn to my presence as a mentor, this is a sign that you are ready to heal your relationship with suffering. The rays of Sophia's light carried within my water teachings offer a safe sanctuary for you to honor and let go of your greatest wounds, fears, and insecurities. You came to experience the sovereign power of your divinity through the vulnerability of your human experience. Your willingness to be vulnerable, especially to painful experiences that stimulate personal growth, deserves your utmost self-respect, self-compassion, and unconditional love. I teach you how to soothe your experiences of vulnerability with patience and to refrain from pressuring yourself to prematurely move beyond unresolved pain. The imbalanced mental strategy to banish or hide away pain to be dealt with at some unknown future juncture has never worked nor ever will. When you are authentically present to your healing journey, the innocence of your inner child will assert when it feels acknowledged and safe enough to release the suffering that no longer serves you. This next golden age cycle will be launched by divine feminine leaders, you, who radically embody the wisdom from their own authentic healing journeys through the necessary stages of grief. For each stage of grief is integral in your recovery from loss, trauma, and suffering. Call upon me, Kuan Yin, as a mentor if your divine purpose is to lead others by embodying your own radical self-compassion. Your generation has come to embody the medicine of compassion for healing the heart of humanity. Humanity cannot skip its initiations, for learning self-love and self-compassion is the only way to reconcile the thousands of years spent in self-hatred and self-denial that must be realized for humanity to ascend into a new golden age. You have come as a way shower for thousands to explore compassion for themselves by your own embodied willingness to love yourself completely. Loving yourself includes the compassion of forgiving yourself for the traumas of your past, both in this lifetime and in others. I became a mentor for embodying compassion from my own journey of reconciliation, following devastating events that changed the course of my life forever. Just as Green Tara traveled to Earth from Sirius, I also came to Earth with most of my ascension training completed in the star systems known and as the Pleiades. However, I spent a single yet dramatic lifetime on Earth for a fulfillment of my overall soul's destiny to become a golden dragon teacher for humanity's ascension. Breathe in, breathe out. Give thanks to your spiritual team and maybe some new spirit guides and mentors that showed up for you today. Thanking Archangel Michael, as well as the other archangels who came here today, and Kuan Yin, the goddess of self-love, unconditional love, and compassion. And whenever it feels right for everyone to rejoin us, if you need to empty your bladder or grab some water, feel free to do that.